Peace and Black Power family. This is your host, Raheem Shabazz, and we are here for another episode of Necessary Blackness Podcast. And today I want to talk about when should black-owned business exit or sell their company. Now, I just want to highlight one example, and this is the latest. There is a company that is black-owned, or let me say formerly black-owned, and it's called Honey Pot. And the lady that was the owner of this company, she sold her company. And when she received backlash on Instagram and on Twitter, she stated that the only way she can truly take care of her family and the community is to sell to the highest bidder. She goes on to say that this is what they do in Silicon Valley, right? Now, there are two major problems with this statement. Number one, Honey Pot boasts that it was a black-owned company and it was black folks that made it a multi-million-dollar company. And in Silicon Valley, when it sells its startup or when it does its merger with other companies or it sells the entire company, they sell to individuals that look like them. Honey Pot didn't do that. In 2002, eBay sold to PayPal. In 2020, Facebook brought Instagram. You think the Chinese is going to sell TikTok to someone that's not Chinese? Do you think Snapchat is going to sell to someone that is from the melanated community? That's not going to happen, right? Let me tell you another downfall when you sell your company to people that don't have the community's best interests at hand. Honey Pot went from being certified organic to made in the USA with global components. Instead of purified water, it now just says water. And there are so many harmful chemicals in there that it's crazy. A lot of people are reading the labels and they're seeing that the ingredients are no longer the same. It's not organic, and they are requesting a refund. And instead of it now saying black owned, it says formerly black owned. And we have many different cases that I can point to where companies have sold after getting millions of dollars from the black community that took them to that trajectory and believed in them and knew that products that was being made was exclusively made for us, especially, with the sisters and their hair care product. It was made specially for black folks here. If you had 4C here, there's a product for that, right? So you had Lisa Price, who sold Carol Daughters to another company for $27 million. You have Russell Simmons, who sold Fat Farm to Kellogg's, and I think that company was at $140 million, and later he sold Def Jam for $100 million. You had Barry Gorey, sold Motown to MCA and Boston Ventures for $61 million. You had Oprah Winfrey, she owned to Disney for $37 million. You had Bob Johnson, who sold BET to Viacom, who went on later to say that was a mistake and that in hindsight, looking back, that was wrong and he would have never did it. You had Jay-Z, who sold Rockaware to a company for, I think it was $204 million, and then later sold Tidal to Square for $297 million. You had Sean Diddy Combs, who sold Sean John to Global Brands Group for $100 million. And recently, he took them to court to acquire the company back because they couldn't do what he was doing. And then most recently, you had Timbaland and Swizz Beatz, who sold Versus to Thriller Network, and that amount hasn't been disclosed. In closing, let me say this to you, family. we will never be able to alter the economical landscape and receive wealth as a community if we sell out to white-owned businesses. Black culture is America's greatest export, and we need to understand that. And as soon as we understand that we are the wealth of America, we'll be in a better position economically. This is Raheem Shabazz, and you are now tuned into Necessary Blackness Podcast. Peace.